What's happening, everybody? It's Sean, joined again by my daughter, Mackenzie. And today we got a fun one. For the first time ever on the channel, we got My Chemical Romance. The song Cancer, brought to us by our friend, longtime supporter, and patron of the channel, Annie. Thank you, Annie. Always appreciate you. I brought you in, Mackenzie, because you are a huge My Chemical Romance fan.
They're like in my top 3 favorite bands.
Yeah, so when Annie sent this to me, I said, wait, hold up, man. I got to get this one involved. And without further ado, why don't you tell us a little bit about the album this comes off of, The Black Parade?
Okay, so The Black Parade takes listeners on a journey through the death of a man dubbed The Patient. This track reveals the driving force behind the protagonist's death, cancer. It expresses his agony as he asks to be told the truth. And in an interview, frontman Gerard Way said that while the song is literally about cancer in one sense, it is also used as a metaphor at the same time. And a little known fact, which I actually didn't know this, is that the lead guitarist Ray Toro played bass on the studio track instead of Mikey Way.
All right. Well, that is interesting. And Gerard went on in an interview with NME and spoke about the tragic, bleak tone of this song, which I know you know. I don't know this song. He said, quote, "It's not a poetic track. It's very direct, very brutal, but that's the way the disease is. Obviously, cancer is being used as a metaphor. But I also wanted the song to be directly about the disease because it's something that the patient has gone through, and it's a very powerful thing. For me, it was almost like an attempt to write the darkest song ever, and I think we achieved that." But we got some other band member talking about this too.
And in another interview, Frank Iero said that this was his favorite song on the record. And that is a fact that I did know.
There you go. And he is their guitarist, by the way.
And he said that Cancer is one of the most stripped down songs, and he thinks it's a song where they really listen to each other and listen to what the song wanted to be and what it needed to be. He said it's really just vocally and piano driven, which is something that we've never done before and never gotten a chance to try. Other than vocals and piano, everything just really supports that, and it's a very intense song. A very sad story. It's hard not to listen to that song.
Okay, on that note, we are going to have these lyrics up, and we will be, it's a very short song, you see, below 2 minutes, 22 seconds. We'll have the lyrics up, and we will comment when the song is over. Thanks again, Annie.
Turn away if you could get me a drink of water, 'cause my lips are chapped and faded. Call my Aunt Marie. Help her gather all my things and bury me in all my favorite colors, my sisters and my brothers still. I will not kiss you, 'cause the hardest part of this is leaving you. Now turn away, 'cause I'm awful just to see, 'cause all my hair's abandoned on my body, all my agony. Know that I will never marry, baby, I'm just soggy from the chemo, but counting down the days to go. It just ain't living, and I just hope you know that if you say goodbye today, I'd ask you to be
Wow, there you have it. Cancer, a very powerful track that, I'm going to go over the lyrics a little bit in a minute, but really, you know this album very well. You understand where it fits into the context of it. You're the expert on this one. So, I mean, what do you think of this song? And just, kind of take it.
I really do like this song. However, it is a very different feel than the rest of the album.
Right.
It's, the rest of the album's a lot more upbeat, a lot more, harder on the instruments, I guess.
Of course, yeah, and the drumming's key
Yeah.
for them, too. You don't get any of that.
And so that kind of stuff is more of the music from them that I like.
Right.
So this is one of my least favorite songs on the album. I'd probably say Sleep is my least favorite, and then this. But I still definitely do like this song. It is one of the most important songs on the whole album,
Sure.
of course. Because basically the album, it follows, as I said earlier, the patient, and he is dying of, in this song we find out cancer, and we find out kind of his perspective on all that, what he thinks of all of it. And then when he dies, he goes and he joins the Black Parade, which is the title of the album.
Okay. So when we get into the lyrics, I'm not going to go wrong. There's not a lot of lyrics. There's only 2 verses and an outro. I mean, it's only 2 minutes, 22 seconds. It serves its point. But, turn away if you could get me a drink of water because my lips are chapped and faded. So he's painting this picture, and he might have already before this as he's going down this road. But call my Aunt Marie, help her gather my things, and bury me in all my favorite colors. That's line 4. It gets pretty intense, pretty quick. He finishes with, because the hardest part of this is leaving you. And then in verse 2, he talks about turn away because, his body's the worst part. He's awful to see. His hair's gone. Oh, my agony, know that I will never marry. Now you start to feel this sadness. This is probably a younger person. I don't know if you ever get the perspective of how old this person is in the album, but talking about being soggy from chemo. But counting down the days to go, it just ain't living. He's in so much agony. This isn't life. And I just hope you know, and then the outro, that if you say goodbye today, I'd ask you to be true, because the hardest part of this is leaving you. So there is no positive of this, but he's telling him, look, the only thing that I'm holding on for is what I get out of this is you. Who is you?
I'm not entirely sure,
Okay.
but this person is mentioned in other songs.
Okay.
They are mentioned throughout the
Right.
album, in different songs. And this song kind of helps you get to know the patient better, because I know that you've never listened to this album.
Right.
Throughout these songs, you really see a bunch of different perspectives. In some songs, he doesn't really seem to be the best person.
Sure.
Either that, or he just kind of looks down upon himself and he doesn't think that he's a good person. You can kind of see that in the song Blood. But then in other ones like Welcome to the Black Parade, he's talking about his childhood,
Okay.
whenever he was young, and his dad. So yeah.
So I think when you're tackling your own mortality, and you're facing that, it does make you so introspective, obviously. And so looking at yourself maybe as a bad person, or I'm not worthy, those sorts of things. But what a fantastic choice brought to us by Annie. I really appreciate that. And got to bring in, as I said, my Chemical Romance expert here, because
Yeah, whenever he told me this, I was happy.
yeah,
I was excited for it.
She was good to go, man. She was good to go. I know a couple songs on this album that say you play some of them a lot of times in the car off this album whenever I'm taking you to work, but otherwise I knew a couple of these songs from back in the day, as us old people say. But once again, thank you everybody for joining us. Probably won't be the last My Chemical Romance we're going to do. There'll probably be something in the future that you might
I
want
would hope so.
that you might want to do. So until next time, guys, we will see you.